the three. Yes, sir. Mark Ping is going right at Simon Sandagon.
Got the basket and one.
Live once again from the Alonte Sports Arena here in the city of Viñan, Laguna. We bring you the second of 3 games here in the 2026 MPBL preseason invitational. Of course, we have Antonio Sebio and the rest of the Gensan Warriors coming off a win in their last game. There's going to be a very crucial game for them going up against MJ Hoson, which needs a win for them to enter the top 3. Surprising a lot of teams, but here they will battle it out against Gensan. Once again, Gensan Warriors versus the Quezon City Black Bulls. Magandang hapon mga kaliga. This is Juanito Gregorio alongside Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, how excited are you? We know how tough these teams are, and how excited are you about this game?
Oo, kasi ang laki ng implication nitong labanan nitong dalawa. Well, first and foremost, Gensan Warriors really leveled up in terms of their roster. And these up-and-coming young guys of Quezon City Black Bulls have really been impressive here in the preseason.
Of course, we also want to say hi to all of our viewers on our YouTube channel. And of course, we also want to introduce our courtside, Daphne Cristobal. Daphne?
Hello, Needs and Coach Mike. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Alam nyo ba dito, on the side of Quezon City, it seems like it was a nightmare after losing by just 2 points in their last game. Sabi nga ni Coach JV, no, they had pretty looking good shots, pero naging problema nila was their sense of accuracy. So heading towards this game, they do realize na kung nakuha nila yung panalo na yun, edi sana mas nasa comfortable position sila heading towards this game. On the other side of the court naman for Coach Elvis Tolentino, of course, in terms of maturity, that is an individual journey para kay Coach Elvis, but this is gonna be a test of attitude for these guys. Sending it back to guys.
Well, from the story, thank you, Daphne. From the stories, Coach, it gets me more excited about our ball game here at hand. But of course, tignan muna natin yung standings. Meron tayo here in Division A. What are the implications, Coach Mike?
Well, right now, it's Mindoro that's holding that number 3 spot temporarily, but it really matters kung ano yung magiging result itong Quezon City and Gensan game. Well, Binyan is right there. They still got that glimmer of hope to try and get for that chase to the number 3 spot. And so, ang mahalaga dito sa game na ito is that if Quezon City wins, they're gonna have to win by 7 points because of that quotient system involving Mindoro. And if Gensan wins, they would have that lead advantage at the number 3 spot depending on how the other games would resolve.
So, in layman's terms, the winner of this game will troop over to number 3. So, it's going to be a very huge game between the two of these teams. We might be in the preseason, Coach, but the competition is very high. Let's look at Gensan and their last game. Coach, they were able to win this last game against Sarangani, a very big win. Let's look at the numbers.
Commanding fashion in that game. They shot 48% from the field. Simply hit more shots and took the better ones too. Rebounding, clearly an advantage. Yung dami ng defensive rebound nila really led out to the run-outs, which also led to more points in the paint. But the bench has been so good for Gensan. 36 more points coming off the bench, which really overwhelmed Sarangani, especially in the second and the third quarter of that game.
Well, whoever they put inside really produced para dito sa Gensan. Offensively, defensively, the young, the veterans, talagang lahat mawa 113 big points for Gensan. On the other end, Quezon City, Coach, that last play almost went into overtime but just was not able to make was Aaron Baguno. But Coach, this was a game that they challenged Mindoro all the way up to the end.
Oo, totoo naman yun. Matter of fact, they briefly grabbed, a 4-point lead. But, sagutan sa dulo, hindi lang nakasagot dun sa huling attempt para dito sa Quezon City. The field goals, they took more shots but made fewer of them. That really made a difference, especially in a low-scoring game. The rebounds, they had their moments, but really more of the control on the pace and securing the possessions. The bench again, ito ang kailangan tulong talaga para dito sa Quezon City. Mindoro's bench totally outplayed the Black Bulls by a huge margin, and if you're gonna go up against Gensan, you're gonna need this bench to help out in the production.
Now, one thing we are sure of, though, is that they are competing with any team in front of them, and this is gonna be a good challenge for the Gensan Warriors. Ano bang inaantay natin? Let's turn you over to Miguel Ferre.
Noy Pido, Peter Deligero, Apol Coronado, and Delfin Dagutan. Team manager is Merman Flores. The team owner is Councilor Michael Pacquiao. Now for Quezon City, Black Bulls. Starting at forward number 22, Joben Loria. Also at forward number 8, Jake Agoncillo. At center number 11, Clark Derige. At guard number 31, Pat Buena. Also at guard number 27, MJ Hoson. The head coach for Quezon City is JV Olea. Assistant coaches B-Boy Santiago, Miko Santos, Marco Asa, and Zino Gudez. Team manager is Nico Estrada. Referees for this ballgame are Seb Pingol, Efren Aganan, and Jericho Cabezas.
Gabo Tolentino, Santos, Junicio, and Antonio Sebio for Gensan, and Hoson, Buena, Dirigia, Goncillo, and Loria. The same first 5 for Quezon City.
And so far, kung hindi naman, if it works, why change it? Ganyan talaga yung mga starters na patuloy na nakakapagbigay ng magandang panimula para dito kay Coach JV Olea.
It's going to be a test of character for Gensan, and now another test against a veteran-laden, a proven winner para dito sa Quezon City. And it's going to be a real challenge. Buena right away, first basket. Coach fade away on the 3. What confidence is that shot?
Parang kulang na yata ang word na confidence para dito kay Pat Buena. Kasi in the previous game, you talked about this. He was posting up against the bigger guys. Not really so much to score, but to suck in defense. But Kyle Tolentino does his thing from 3. And when you talk about the Gensan Warriors, a 3-point make, it's always regular for them.
The outside will be something that we will be looking into here in today's ball game. Right away, 2 threes coming from either team. Coach JV Olea. Coach, back in the day, Coach JV Olea as well.
Yeah.
One of the better shooters playing for Diliman Prep. So he is bringing that kind of basketball dito sa kanyang team. Coach, this is going to be a good challenge.
Oo.
Hesed Gabo versus MJ Hoson.
That's right. And, Hoson is definitely a guy that can keep up defensively against the better guards. Might be undersized to some, but, that body strength and that build allows him to athletically recover kung mabibig siya.
Coach, they're both quick but different kinds of ball game. Hesed Gabo, really a creator. And while MJ Hoson, more of a scorer, but both very athletic and both very quick guards. Di Santos with a beautiful spin.
And the thing about the Gensan Warriors, even in the previous years, they play with a lot of pace. And we're not even talking 94 feet basketball. Even at the half court, when they arrive, they're ready to play.
A little triangle action right there. Goncillo goes out. Derige can shoot that. Well respected. Goes hard. Adi Santos. Good defense on that last play.
Specialty of the house, Adi Santos. I mean, all the teams that he's played, especially yung experience niya with Zamboanga. Look at that pocket pass by Antonio Sebe. You double on him because he's a scorer. You completely forget that he also is a good passer.
So he has back-to-back player of the game honors itong si Antonio Sebio, looking for a 3rd straight. But Coach, talk about the addition of Antonio Sebio. We see Coach Elvis Tolentino right here. Coach, he still has playing years for St. Benil, but chooses to go pro this early. But Coach, in the first 2 games, he has already proven himself para sa Gensan.
I say he's MPBL ready. And when I say MPBL ready, I mean, the physicality, that's not a problem for Antonio Sebio. But maybe some of the schemes that he's got to contend with, and he's got to learn from them. But if you speak of readiness in terms of build and in terms of athleticism, I think he's ready.
So far, on the other end, Joben Loria getting that fadeaway basket. The ball pressured hard by MJ Hoson. Picks it up. The ball looking for a friend. The ball attacks hard. Gets a body down low. I think it's going to be on MJ Hoson.
Experience from the guard spot. And that's key for that drive by Hesed. But this move right here, a little spin going the baseline side. Defense was all over him. But still, that ability to be able to finish.
Sorry, that's not Joben Loria getting that fadeaway. It was Jake Agoncillo on that fadeaway. 5-all, first 2.5 minutes.
Now you look at the 5 of the Gensan Warriors. These guys are athletic, they're quick, they're strong, and they don't mind who's the guy right in front of them. They will take on you defensively and even on the offensive end.
Coach, talk about the versatility of the five also of this Gensan Warriors. Adi Santos, I'm more of used to seeing him play the 4, even the 3 at some times.
Yes.
Pero dito, Coach, makikipagpalitan siya sa 5.
Oo, totoo yan. And that puts a lot of pressure on the Quezon City Black Bulls to be able to adjust. Because I would like to think anybody who grabs the rebound here, defensive rebound for the Gensan Warriors, could be the point guard to push the ball and find open spaces and the options that's available for them.
A lot of versatility on the side of the Warriors to pressure up early. And Buena has been struggling receiving that basketball. Second turnover on the denial on Pat Buena.
Yeah. If there's one thing that impressed me also with Coach JV Olea as he goes up against pressure defense, especially after a made basket 94 feet of the way. He does have that scheme allowing, wing guys to run the break while the pass is given to the middle for that pressure release.
Change of defense. All of a sudden, a half-court defense by Gensan. They go down low. Charles gives it up on the middle. Agoncillo has been making that mid-range bucket.
Straight off a triangle action. But this time, you got to get back. And Craig Derigue had the right thing, tried to seal off against Adi Santos, but pass above him, couldn't get anything out of it.
Coach JV not happy. He feels that there was a push coming from Adi, but there was no whistle. 6 points already para kay Adi Santos. Clark from the outside. He has that shot, just a miss. Buena with the rebound. Buena with the fade. 5 points already for Pat Buena.
I've been trying to look at a similar player at how Pat Buena plays. If he, not as a shooter, but if he's handling the ball, may similar, I don't know if you'd agree with me, kay Johnny Barrientos.
Oh, that's a great comparison.
I mean, with the way he moves.
Yes, yes.
Look at him. Look at the way that his shoulder rises up and the way that he goes down on the floor. Maybe he doesn't have the ball so much as a point guard, but you see that movement. Close similarity
Well,
to
Coach,
Johnny
we still have a lot of time for us to compare, but that is going to be a big comparison
Yes.
para kay Pat Buena. But so far, the numbers has not been lying. He can have that kind of a comparison. Just struggled in their last game, but now they are down by 4. Hesed hands it off early.
This is where the challenge is. He's undersized on that spot against the Marvin Janicio.
Oh, another inside. Oh, it's a miss. Drops it back. And Marvin Janicio movement without the basketball gets the 2 points.
It's the quick decision to go to the next action. That's what's impressive about the Gensan Warriors. And you saw that in the previous seasons, but man, when you look at the roster right now, alam mong may next level pa eh.
Coach, Gensan already 15 points the first 5 minutes. Quezon City is pressuring up and playing good defense. But Coach, why are they able to get these kinds of baskets early on?
Well, only because, complete rotation on the guys and just constantly, the ball is not sticking. It's always a weak side movement. We saw that basket earlier by Marvin Janicio, and you first look for that transition. If you have advantage, look for numbers, and then, have other guys move on the weak side.
So far, it's been working on the side of Gensan. Already 15 early points here. Coach JV Olea been surprising a lot of He's been surprising a lot of teams. I'm sure he's already on the radar of the coaches.
Oh, yeah. And I did talk to him about that earlier in the pre-game, and he says, he really is just, giving it back to the boys, to the guys that's playing for him.
The ball goes out to Marvin. Kicks it out. A swing to Eusebio. And Eusebio getting his first basket of the ball game. Stretching out that floor, 18-9. Coach, watch this play again, Coach.
Well, middle ball action and a hot stove screen. One more pass, Marvin Janicio over to Janicio. What's a man to do? Just take it, and he makes it.
Eusebio extending the lead to 9. 4:43 left in the first. Anton Eusebio, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, complete ball game. And coach, 1 slam in that last game.
Oh, yeah. He was steady inside, kept finding the gaps in the defense, delivered those numbers, convincingly. And the thing that you love about him, he does not clap his hands, asks for the ball. He just finds a way where his teammates find it.
Anton Eusebio playing a lot of different positions para dito sa Gensan Warriors. Now we're playing that 4 and 5 position early on. Try to go backdoor is Loria, but it's going to be another turnover. Coach, turnovers are piling up early for QC.
And this is one thing that they desperately cannot afford to do, especially at a very efficient team and a high-paced, high-activity team like the Gensan Warriors.
Turnover story 4 already for Quezon City early on here. No look pass. They set things up, 18 on the shot clock. Another backdoor opportunity. Buena, well defended by Marwin Junicio. Just too long. Ball goes on the white. 3 versus 2 opportunity. Gabo stops, pops, misses. Pagkakataon para din sa QC. Green with the numbers. Buena for the 3. In and out. Running game for having from both sides. Just steps on the line. Buena read well where the ball was going. Pero sumobra lang ng tapak itong si Pat Buena.
Well, clearly the Gensan Warriors going on a pitch ahead and trying to get numbers advantage. You got 3 versus 2, 2 versus 1. Any number that you would have advantage in terms of men on that side of the floor, you're gonna take it. And the first thing to do is throw it up ahead.
There's a challenge right here. Obviously, the bench reacting to that whistle of the referee. So let's see if this challenge is gonna be right para kay Coach JB Olea. Everybody asking for that ball on the side of the green, but we'll be back after the review.
The review for the challenge was inconclusive. Therefore, it has been nullified. The call stands. Ball possession for Gensan.
Conclusive challenge. So the ball will stay, but they will also get their challenge back at Quezon City.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a straight elbow. Too aggressive coming from Kyle.
Oo. Literal, parang, minaso. Ang laki rin naman kasi ng braso nito ni Kyle Tolentino.
Well, namamana talaga yun.
Oo naman.
Elvis, Coach.
Oo naman. Iba rin ang build ni Coach Elvis.
Coach, were you able to watch Coach Elvis when you were playing?
Well, I watched a few of them.
Manipay the digital wallet, good for the community.
Back when he was playing for Benil, and incidentally, yung Benil team na yon, he was playing with Coach Boying Diloy.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. They played for Coach Dong Verheire.
Yes,
the late Coach Dong Verheire, one of the champion teams alongside Sunday Salvacion.
Who was assisted by Coach Ronel Loterio, one of the coaches that I really look up to, and I learned a lot from him.
Of course, one of the few championships of St. Benil back in the day. Ari Santos looking for a cutting Marvin Junicio.
And of course, when you talk about Coach Dong Verheire, it brings me also that certain level of pride because he's from San Beda.
Oh, talaga, Coach? I was not aware. Coach King Verheire was my teammate in UPIS. His son.
Yeah, okay.
The current head coach of UPIS, a very good friend of mine.
Coach Dong Verheire, him alongside his other batchmates, whose name I fail to recall right now, but he was one of the really good guards back then for San Beda.
So a Long pass right here, turnover para sa Gensan. I think it's the first turnover of Gensan here in today's ball game. 18-9, still in favor of Gensan. A little slower the past 2 minutes after a high-scoring start of the quarter. Returning to this game after missing 2 straight games is Val Acuña, adding to the scoring punch and to the outside shooting of Gensan.
Yes. Ayan, sigurado ako dyan. Pagdating sa 3-point shooting, hindi mo matatawaran yan si Val Acuña year in and year out.
All from college all the way here. Talaga naman, coach, hindi mo pwedeng iwan sa labas.
Yep.
Si Val, rebound by Antonio Sebio. Sabo, pressured hard, a lot of physicality, no whistle. Dionisio with the screen, Gabo with the drive, attracts a lot of defense. Eusebio, drop pass, beautiful find to Marvin Dionisio.
There are certain things that's unfair. I mean, you got a bull-strong guy who's got the ball on the 3. He can knock it from there. You close him out. He drives downhill and still has that vision to feed off a teammate.
That's the talent that can be provided by Antonio Eusebio. Coach, he is looking at another player of the game honors for us. Let's watch this again, Coach.
Then you're not surprised at all. But, you know, good recovery, good show on that weak side, 45. But you bring a secondary defender right in front. Who's at the back? Marvin Dionisio just waiting for that pass.
Coach, one thing that we're not talking about, Marvin Dionisio's movement without the basketball. He's got a lot of points here in today's game with it.
No, pangalawa na yan kanina rin, ano, off that pass, if I recall correctly, either Adi Santos or Kyle Tolentino.
They make the first shot. I'm gonna give a shout out. Watching from Sibugay, Zamboanga, Sir Bong Ferrer and Ma'am Janicel Tutanes. Of course, also Governor Ann Hofer and Richard Oligario. Sorry, Vice Gov and Richard Oligario. So, shout out po sa mga taga Zamboanga. We do hope that we can visit soon once again.
Oo nga.
Sa MPBL.
The last time I was there, we covered, I think from last season, a game, the lone game that we had for Zamboanga, and the fan base there, ibang klase.
Oh yes, Coach. I can feel it. I was not there with you, but whenever I watch live, iba ko. Warm up pa lang, ramdam mo na yung energy sa Zamboanga.
Almost NBA feel like it.
That's right. Oh, another pass on the inside. Rene Pacquiao with the right hand.
I love that action by the Gensan Warriors. Coaches now call that a short action where you pass it slot to slot and you hit a high-low on the other end. So long as your big man continues to move, you know, you're going to get that advantage.
Lastra, breakout game in this last game after averaging less than 1 point a ball game. Troops for a better game in this last game. Pressured by Louis, they go post.
Oh man,
another turnover. Val with the steal. Eloy Tan crosses over. 1 minute on the game clock. Val to Vigil. 2-man game with Rene. Vigil crosses it over. Val Acuña for 3. Straight line, too long. Ball goes to the green. Non slows things down. Palaroan. Not a lot of happening in their offense. 1-on-1 on the post. You want to challenge Gonzalez.
That's tough.
Off the fade. Gonzalez too long. Able to challenge. 27 seconds. Vigil goes out. Eloy wide open. On the right. Ryan Costello now brings the ball. Costello. We'll be adding a lot of veteran presence para dito sa Quezon City.
Oh, Ryan Costello is a prize find, in my opinion, for Coach JB Olea. It's almost like him looking at himself when back when he was playing. And kung tapang at tapang rin lang, atibay ng loob. You know, he's never going to be lacking of that. Speaking of Ryan Costello,
It's going to be a good 1-2 scoring punch with him and Pat Buena. But Buena, one dribble in. Rene Pacquiao reading terrifically that drive. 6 seconds left. No more shot clock. They go to Agoncillo. Had 2 of those. Once again, too short para dito kay Jake Agoncillo. Coach, offensive struggles for Quezon City early on.
Yeah, it almost feels like the only shots that they are allowed are shots taken outside of the paint. And once those shots inside were taken away and couldn't knock him down, it's been, the Gensan Warriors all together. And the interior passing too does not help the cause of Quezon City, because in that department they are -6 in terms of assists, 9 versus 3. And you got guys like Antonio Sebio finding open gaps, feeding teammates that are free.
Coach Pat Buena in their last game, not the usual numbers we're used to seeing. 7 points and 6 assists, 2 of 13 in the 3-point field goals. And the story with that is with Daphne. Daphne?
Halong bantay sarado at malas kung ituturang ni Pat Buena ang naging laro niya last game. And just like Coach JV, he also felt that sense of regret. It's not just knowing how he can make shots when well guarded, but it's also being more strategic on how he can help the team in other ways. Heading towards this game, he didn't just practice his outside shots, but rather, mas nag-prepare din siya in terms of his decision-making inside the court. When it's a coach, Mike.
Thank you, Daphne. Coach, obviously, Pat Buena has showed us that he can shoot it from the outside. But what does he need to add if he wants to be able to contribute more para dito sa Quezon City come the main season?
Well, I say immediately, if he does not have that shot and able to read closeouts, go quickly into the next action that's available. If it means passing it ahead or putting the ball on the floor to try and get other defenders right in front of him and locating teammates that are available, and he's got to do that. But the thing is, with his size, yun yung nagiging challenge sa kanya. It almost looks like the only advantage that he has is once he's outside standing for a free 3.
Oh, that's why Daphne said that one of the things that he wants to improve on is decision-making. Talk about good decisions. That's a good kick-out that will cut the lead to single digits para dito sa Gensan. Cyril, DJ,
And once again, those are the only shots that I'd like to think the Gensan Warriors will allow them to take. Take those shots from the outside, because if you miss it, it's going to be a run out the other end. And that time, they did try their best to challenge it still, pero that wasn't made.
Vigil tries to go 1-1. The respect of none.
Yeah.
Really closing out on the fadeaway of Louis Vigil.
Yeah, just, in my opinion, too many scorers on the floor right now. And the thing is, para sa Gensan Warriors, when the thing is, when you look at the bench, there's still a lot of scorers there that's waiting to get their turn. I mean, Louis Vigil, he's a points machine guy. Val Acuña, no question. Rene Pacquiao can hit his shots when needed. And Val Acuña, he always is going to take those shots, especially if you go under on those screens.
Coach, hindi ka maubusan ng scorer para dito sa Gensan. There are still a lot of guys there. You have Ping Masaglang not even able to enter the ball game. You have Larry Rodriguez on the post, Coach. You have Nelo Santos able to even score. So, Coach, hindi ka talaga maubusan ng mga player dito sa Gensan. GP Faundo is still on the bench.
And even one of the guys that I've seen have not covered him, DJ Howe.
Oh, okay.
That's another guy too that can put the ball on the floor and score.
Talk about scorers, Costello. Coach, he was not able to get a lot of minutes in MIC, huh?
Yeah.
We didn't see the same Costello that we saw in passing, averaging 23 points a ball game. But Coach, do you think he'll be scoring a lot here in Quezon City, or will he be playing veteran leader to Buena and Hoson?
Doing both, I think, to provide that veteran leadership at the same time to provide the scoring needed at the guard position. You have to remember, in the previous season, merong game yan, merong series na maganda yung nilaro ni Ryan Costello, which brought that win over to the FICR Rice Vanguards. I think that was game 2 of that game against Pangasinan. But in terms of this story here, it's totally different for Ryan.
Sige, different role for Ryan Costello, LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
And so they really will have to play a lot of off-ball defense. If you talk about the Quezon City Black Bulls, because I do understand dito sa game na to, para manalo sila, kailangan nilang manalo by 7 points to at least get to number 3.
All right, so this is going to be something. It's not just a win that they need. They need to win by at least 7 points, and they're now knocking on the door of Gensan. That's 4 straight points for Ryan Costello, 22-18, but still in favor of Gensan. Wow, 0 out of 2. Makes his first stream of the ball game. On the third try, Valacuña makes the 3, 25-18.
And you could see that coming. You had that ball on that short corner, and then you've got a couple of guys diving, replaced on that wing by Valacuña. Either way you go, you're going to get percentage shot makers or shot attempts.
Ooh, what a tough shot on the other end. Ryan Costello using some English right here. Watch that, 6 straight points for Ryan Costello.
Oh, ika nga nila sa Tagalog, Kayod Marino ang kailangan gawin ni Ryan Costello dito because, you know, they're gonna need points right now. If you look at them right there on the floor, ang malaking question dito is nasaan ang advantage mo on the offensive end because defensively, mas malalaking tingnan at mas mabibilis itong mga Gensan Warriors.
Looks like they're trying to attack. That is where they're trying to have an advantage. They're a little bit more aggressive. No basket, no look pass. It's a little inexperience. Over lang coach ng pasa.
Oo. At saka ano pag, you know, you feel the situation right now, ito yung pass off the post, a couple of guys diving, including Rene Pacquiao, and that swinging over is Valacuña. This is that straight up go glass basket raid by Ryan Costello. The shot making has been, in my opinion, easier on the side of the Gensan Warriors, while itong Quezon City Black Bulls, they've had to bleed for their points.
Cunha. That's 1 out of 4, but he is open on the shot. It's a miss, 25-20 still. Extreme ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
Nice.
Ruben Loria, pass fake, able to get that high looping jump shot, but on the other end, quick pass break. Marwin. It's a turnover. Oh, nope, it's not a turnover. They go back to Val. A lot of open shots for Val, pero hindi mapasok para dito kay Valacuña.
Yeah, but you'd like for him to take it. There is no other way that you're gonna finish that, Val. You gotta take it because over the years, that's where he really has been. Him alongside Mark Cruz is not play. I think he's not playing today.
25-20, still in favor of Gensan, but a little slower para dito sa Gensan. They've missed a few in the past few possessions.
Defensively, the Warriors have not given the Black Bulls an inch.
Defense has been the name of the game. Another fadeaway. Still struggling.
Yeah.
This QC only 29% on the field. The ball stops, pops, makes too easy for SN Gabo.
Yeah, like what we said, the scoring has been smoother and easier for the Gensan Warriors. Matter of fact, the only part of the scoring stat where Gensan City has been good at is on the free throws, where they're 4 out of 4. Other than that, you know, they're shooting way below the average numbers in 3 points, in field goals, even on the perimeter. That's a shot.
Kyle, once again, back-to-back threes para dito sa Gensan. And just like that, Coach, they are up by 9 in a matter of a few seconds. Coach, the outside game now working on the end of the Warriors.
Right, and Kyle Tolentino is 2 out of 5 from there. Earlier on this instance, you saw Hesed Gabo, just a step-in 3. Nobody on him, and you definitely got to take that. But when you swing over to that other end, Hesed Gabo realizes, I've got a teammate free, and that other action allowing Kyle Tolentino to replace on that wing and make that 3.
It's a 9-point lead with 4:54 remaining in the second quarter.
Welcome back to the MPBL Preseason Invitational back-to-back Best Player Honors for 24-year-old Antonio Eusebio, who was born in the Philippines but grew up in Canada. We've been seeing a lot of slam highlights for Antonio, and it all started when he was in grade 9, where he first realized that he can dunk, and then yung high school coach niya gave him that green light o yung mentality to dunk on every person when he gets a chance to do so. And from then on, sabi niya nga sa akin, dunking has been a thing for him. Ulitin, Coach Mike.
Thank you, Daphne. Coach, obviously a thing. I covered the last game when he stopped us mid-conversation, me and Coach Christian, and we do hope it also happens here. But,
Yeah.
Coach, we know that he can dunk, but ano pa bang ibang pwede gawin? Ang daming pwedeng ibigay nitong si Antonio Eusebio as we just saw Hesed Gabong make the third straight triple in a row.
Isa lang ang masasabi ko dyan. Sa ating tatlo, ni Daphne, ikaw at ako, sana magkaroon ng pagkakataon na isang araw, ma-realize natin, makakapag-dunk din tayo.
Oh, yes, Coach.
Pamira naman.
I have accepted that fact, Coach, since I was about 5 or 6, that I can only dunk on the Little Tykes basketball.
You're being hard on yourself. Remember, there is a spud web and there is a bunch of folks.
But Coach, we talk about the dunking, but now he's also showing that he can also shoot the three.
You know what? We talked about the Black Bulls almost parang yung three-point shot making. Yun na lang ang pagkakataon nilang pumuntos here against the Gensan Warriors. But contrary to that, it's actually the Warriors making their threes from the outside.
That's 4 straight triples if this was a 3-point lead para sa Gensan. But now it's all the way up to 15. Try to push the ball on the other end. Pat Buena trying to answer. In and out for Pat. Rebounded by Anton.
One of the very few good looks that they've had in this quarter.
37 and 22. They try to go on that horns action once again.
Oh my God.
Marwin. Pass fake, but Marwin is so efficient in today's ball game. Coach, Marwin has 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists silently in this game.
Yeah, overall game. Really, that's what he's been. Kung ano yung binibigay ng depensa, yun ang ginagawa niya. Kung sinasabing titira ako, I'll take it. If it requires me to pass, I'm gonna pass it on. But you saw that action earlier, just smooth execution. They got that ball on that elbow, went on that low split. I think that was Kyle who curled, and eventually Hesed Gabo rose. But man, all this activity is wearing out itong mga players ng Quezon City.
Coach is trying to find this magic energy spark plug. Now they're gonna put in Jokno. There's been one guy giving them a lot of scoring options here. Another turnover on the side of QC. Mulobo na, Coach, itong lamang ng Gensan.
Oo. Pero yung scoring sa second quarter, hindi naman gano'n nakakalayo. 15 versus 11, which is pretty okay. But the 11-point deficit has been tough in the first quarter.
Manny paid a digital wallet built for the community. Ball, high screen with Adi Santos.
Another short action, didn't get to it.
Shot fake. No foul was called. 4 versus 1 opportunity. Clark, high up above against the layup. That's a much-needed basket for QC.
Look at how quickly they get in the front court and how quickly they get into actions. You talk about pace. This is what really the Gensan Warriors have done. Good defensive stop, though, by Quezon City.
Samurai Buena returns it to Johnson. Want to go post. They have an advantage. Loria able to see it. Loria able to get that layup. Size advantage against Hesed Gabo.
A 4-0 run here for Quezon City. You got to build on that. You were able to exploit the defense coverage of Gensan. Now you got to play defense your end of the floor.
Finally, a run coming from QC. This 5 has been their starting 5 from Gensan. Jokno, motor, in and out. Now Janicio, numbers for the White. They go to Gabo on the corner. Just a little too strong. Turnover for Gensan as well. Jokno goes to Buena, stops, drives. Goes back to Jokno, but Eusebio just too long, able to block. No, a lot of tiki-taki basketball happening right now. Hoson for the 3. In and out for Hoson.
I think they're going to slow this down. No.
Hesed Gabo sees that there's size advantage. Pero may hila. Galing kay Pat Buena.
The pace of the Gensan Warriors really causing Quezon City to play full court basketball up and down, which really tests their endurance as a team.
Now we see a new face. I think this is going to be Nigel Santos on the side of Gensan, giving rest to Kyle Tolentino. Nigel, first shot, in and out for Nigel. It's a good play for Nigel.
Yep. And you like na he took it, no? Walang hesitation. You know, coaches will always tell you, and Jay Wright has been preaching this, you're freest on the catch. So you gotta take it.
On the other end, 4-0 run for Quezon City the past 2 minutes. With a struggle on the side of Gensan to end the quarter. 14 on the shot clock for QC. Put in a new guy, adding a shooter in Joshua Roque. Oh, good find by Joshua Roque.
Yeah.
Going to Clark Derigue. 12 points for Clark. Coach, ang bilis ng aksyon para dito
Oo.
Gensan.
Sobrang bilis how quickly they get into their actions.
Still 10 on the shot clock. One of the few times they decide to slow it down. Kesed asks for Addy. Kesed, a little hesitation. Drives, gets a step in. No look pass to Addy. Gets the foul with 1 second remaining, but they're not in penalty yet, coach. So the ball will still go on the side of Gensan.
Was that a travel?
Ooh. I think there's a different call on 2 referees, coach. What we saw was
That's right.
a foul.
That's right. I did see that foul too. And I was even going to allude to maybe it would have been better off if Hesed took that
That's
shot.
right, coach. Meron na siya. He had that shooting option, decided to go for that drop. But there was a whistle.
Oh, my.
Oh, so they go with the travel. Oh, so they're not going to go with the foul. Opportunity for QC to cut this into single digits to end the quarter. Quezon hands it off. We go to Loria. 2 seconds. Drops it off. Joke. No, a little too strong. So with an 11-point lead para sa Gensan.
Defending until the final buzzer. Defending until that 24 clock runs out. That's what's been the advantage so far for the Gensan Warriors.
Gensan's offense has been on point here so far, 48%. That's why they have an 11-point lead heading into half.
To 28 is our halftime score. At para po sa ating halftime interview, makakasama po natin the ever supportive, ito pong ating team coordinator ng Quezon City Black Bulls. We have here Ms. Chiki Alcala. And on the other end naman po, makakasama natin for Gensan Warriors, ang kanilang team manager, Boss Merman Flores. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Dito muna ako kay Ms. Chiki. Right now, ang team ay naghahabol ng 11 points. Sa tingin niyo po, ano pong pwedeng maging scenario in the second half para makabawi sila?
I think first na-overwhelm yung mga players namin kasi playing against a veteran team like Gensan is a big challenge for us po. Pero again, we trust the process, the system that we want to implement and execute during this game. And hopefully sana ma-workout namin yung defense and offense pattern namin para ma-push through namin at makakuha kami ng isang malaking panalo because this is a must-win game for us.
And for sure, shake off nila yung pressure na yan later on. Baka meron po kayong gustong pasalamatan.
Okay, hi nga pala sa aming team manager, Sir Nico Estrada, our Gardner College owner, Sir Daniel Ochoco, Sir Glenn Makatiag, Wiz Cartel, Coach B, Sportswear, Ignite Basketball, Big Taste Food Garage, Mama's Boys Production, at syempre ini-invite ko ang lahat na kung gusto maging part ng Gardner Senior High School and College team, makipag-usap lang po kayo sa akin kay Coach Miko, kay Coach JV, and I would like to greet my super friend, happy birthday, Grace Larantinao, and to the volleyball officers and members of Katipunan Volleyball Organization. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Chiki, and good luck po sa Quezon City. Boss Merman, on the side of Gensan, ang ganda po ng naging second quarter natin. 5 3-pointers. Sa tingin niyo po, paano yan makakatulong heading towards our second half?
Well, hopefully ma-maintain namin yung momentum and I think it started sa defense namin. Ang bibilis ng Quezon City team eh. So hopefully, we have the same momentum and get this win.
Baka meron po yung gustong pasalamatan. Boss Merman, go ahead.
Siyempre, we would like to say thank you sa mga supporters namin sa Gensan, sila Mayora Dorely Pacquiao, Bobby Pacquiao, si Consial Michael Pacquiao, at mga sponsors namin sa Gameville, Ballpark, MoneyPay. Pag wala pa kayong MoneyPay app, i-download yung QR code ko. At saka Armor On. And yeah, at lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon, good evening sa inyo lahat.
Thank you so much, Boss Merman, and good luck po sa Gensan Warriors. Huwag po kayo alis dahil magbabalik pa ang MPBL Preseason Invitational.
here at halftime at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. Gensan is up by 11 against the Quezon City Black Bulls. Coach, it's been a struggle for Quezon City. You look at the numbers right here, Coach.
Yeah, and the challenge has been, where are those shots gonna come from para dito sa Quezon City Black Bulls? Nothing coming easy. And even if you look at the points per possession, it's 0.7 para dito sa Quezon City, which is pretty low. And napakataas para dito sa Gensan Warriors. The three-point shooting, that's a +5 three-point make in a 41% clip. And then the assists, though, you got 15 assists from the Gensan Warriors. And playing defense, we talk about that. 9 turnovers forced on Quezon City, to which 7 points ang naki-convert ng Gensan Warriors doon. And so there is going to be a lot of talk on the side of the Quezon City on how and where those quality shots are going to come from.
And Coach, look at the numbers. Everything going the side of Gensan. Coach, what are the adjustments that Quezon City need? We do know that this is a very important game. As we look at the numbers right here. Gabo with 8, Dionisio with 8, Santos with 6, Tolentino with 6. And on the other end as well, Costello with 6, Buena with 5, Maguno with 5, and Rodriguez with 4. Coach, what are the adjustments that Quezon City need for them to be able to come back in this game?
Pace, really, in my opinion, and maybe including space. The pace that I talk about is on the offensive end, because the shot making has really been the challenge para sa kanila. They did well in the second quarter, almost same production, 17 points, but it was the first quarter that they really got shocked by the defense of the Gensan Warriors. And so when you got to move that ball very quickly to find the open man and get into your quick actions, and then defensively, you got to continue to contain the off-ball movement of the Gensan Warriors.
A lot of things for Quezon City for them to be able to come back. Pero Coach, problema na naman to. You talk about scorers now. Josh Fontanilla on the floor for Gensan. But on the other end, Jake Agoncillo, a quick answer for them to start this quarter.
This guard rotation of Coach Elvis, one might say, is 3 guard deep at the point guard spot. I talk about that because Josh Fontanilla is two-way guard. Can score, can run off breaks, and even can defend.
So, Coach, with the loss of Nico Elorde, they added a lot of guys para to fill in his role. You have Josh Fontanilla, you have Hesed Gabo. So it's going to be a different flavor, yet they are going to fill in that need for that point guard.
Yes, definitely. And alam mo naman kung anong din pinitpit ni Nico Elorde para dito. It's almost been the identity of Nico Elorde, the imprint.
The toughness of Nico Elorde is something that Gensan will miss. But so far, they're still doing well without him. Costello with that basketball. But not available is the flare. Hands it off, Loria. Two-man game. Loria able to finish against the taller GP Faundo.
Yeah, good adjustment and a quick movement on the side of Quezon City, which is what we talked about earlier. Kasi kung nakita mo yung action na yun, kita mo kagad yung pocket pass, inaabangan na ni GP Faundo. GP was camping near the help side because he understood it's going to be a pocket pass. Kita mo si GP kagad, maybe a little late on that help, but just a quick release on that finish for Quezon City.
Coach Jubilin Loria at least 3 inches shorter than GP Faundo, but so much skill on that last play. On the other end, there is a foul. There's Sosa will move to the line for 2.
Look at Josh Fontanilla talking to Versosa. You know, kind of like taking on that identity of an experienced guard.
Which we know that Josh Fontanilla is a scorer that has not exploded in the MPBL from St. Clair to UST.
Yeah.
But he has not gotten yet that opportunity for him to showcase his full potential. But who knows, Coach, might be here sa Gensan.
Correct. And I think the toughness that he gained, another good finish right there. The toughness that Fontanilla has gained with the experience playing under Coach Gerson Cabiltes for the Heat Waves, bit-bit niya ngayon dito sa season na ito.
Talk about toughness, Quezon City knocking on the door, only down 5 here. Costello with the rebound. Gives it up to Oso, to Costello. Costello with a basket, and there is a reason why Ryan Costello was contacted by QC, and that may be the reason in front of you.
Oh, leadership, veteran, scoring. And then don't look now, this is a 9-1 start to the third quarter. And the Quezon City Black Bulls playing with a lot more aggression and better recovery on the defensive end.
4 points for Ryan Costello, the first guy in double digits. Para dito sa Quezon City, make that 5 points in the quarter for Ryan Costello. They've cut this lead down to 2 here.
And they're going, Gensan going a little bit faster now as they bring in Adi Santos to replace GP Faundo.
Remind everybody, the winner of this game will get solo 3. So this is a game with a lot of huge implications for our playoff picture. Fontanilla tried to go two-man game. Couldn't find Santos. That's a 24 on Gensan.
This is exactly the start to a quarter that Coach JB Olea has demanded from his team. I mean, you fell down 11 in the first quarter, match the output in the second. Now you're starting really strong in the third.
There's a pull right there from a Gensan jersey. Ryan Costello will be fouled. It's going to be foul number 3 on Gensan. The first 2.5 minutes, the aggressiveness of QC has been too much.
Oh, 2 puntos na lang itong kalamangan dito. And Coach JB Olea has clearly sent a message at the halftime break to his guys.
Quezon this time around can tie or get the lead in this offense using his speed. Goes to Costello, step in and out for Ryan. But able to get that rebound is Joben Loria.
Loria doing the right thing, battling it out after that shot take by Ryan Costello, which was a good shot. It was a catch and shoot situation on a spot that he's very comfortable.
Ben Loria averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds a ball game. Again, coach, not the tallest of guys, but whenever he is inside, he is always effective for Quezon City.
Oh, marunong pumuesto no? At he stays active on his feet, moves a lot around a lot, and making it difficult for the defense to locate him on the defensive board.
Quezon City, a lot of new names, guys we have not heard of in the big leagues, but they are surprising people and they are already on the radar of a lot of teams. They have tied the ball game right here. They were down by double digits earlier. Nigel, no options, goes to Josh. A little bump, a little drop pass. Able to fish is Versosa. He's not gonna make it. He'll through to the line for 2.
And don't you just love Josh Fontanilla finally getting that lane right side of the floor for him to attack and makes that quick read to give it up to Versosa.
Versosa makes the first free throw. I want to make a quick shout out for the people watching from the municipality of Siocon, Mayor Cesar Soriano and Engineer Will Ember Tan, and to all people of Siocon, Zamboanga del Norte. Ball goes by. Oh, it's an 8-second violation. Good press coming from the young legs of Gensan.
Yep. You get Quezon City to a multiple dribble from the back, then you would have already done your homework on the defensive end. When they release pressure on the back end, they do a lot of quick passes and runoffs.
Josh here. They're trying to go to Adi Santos, just not successful on that last play. Versosa continues to pound, almost a 24. Ball goes to QC.
One might say this is a defensive 5 on the floor for the Gensan Warriors.
Different look for Gensan. They're sticking with the 5, even if QC has come back. Good hands. 4-on-1, slow step. Just a little too short. Ball will go to QC.
Yeah, you're loving the effort of Quezon City right now. This is a close game. You're outscoring Gensan here in the third.
Joshua Moralejo could not get the basket in that last play. Di masaya si Coach Elvis. He is looking for a call here. So there is a challenge on the side of Gensan. I didn't see, Coach, what the challenge is.
Yeah, I didn't see that too.
Oh, it's the touch. So we'll see the review here. We'll be back.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge coming from the Gensan Warriors and Coach Elvis. Let's watch this again, Coach. Drive by Moralejo. A little slow step. Clean defense. At mukhang wala na. Oh,
Yeah, they say it was
Yun.
last touch by Adi.
it's very close, Coach.
Yeah,
very
close.
close.
Halos dalawang magkaparehong team no? Nandun sa bola on that situation.
It's a very close call. It's hard to tell, but there is a review for a reason. Ball goes to QC.
Right now, the first group is back for the Gensan Warriors.
Coach, field goals this quarter. Still no field goal for Gensan.
Yeah, which is why I mentioned earlier that that 5 by Gensan earlier seems to be more of a defensive 5.
Quezon City up 10 here in the third quarter. The first 5 now returning on the floor. We go to Adi. They swing it over to Anton. They hand it off to Hesed. A lot of handoffs for the 3. Oh, Junicio at the right place at the right time. Just not the right spin. Para kay Marwin. Goes out.
Pati siya napangiti. After nung mentis, lumabas pa yun.
Nasa loob na, Coach.
Oo
Hindi labas
nga.
pa. Hinangin. Quezon on the other end. Too long. Now quick offense. This is their favorite early break.
Yep.
Go to Adi. It's not available. No options right here. They go on a high ball screen with Hesed. 9 on the shot clock. Pushed from behind. Karangian.
He got tempted.
He got tempted. Number 3 with green shirts, Coach, on that screen action.
Right.
But I think medyo nanggigil na
Oo.
si Karangian doon.
Yeah, initially they were trying to run what's called a 77 or a double staggered screen up top. Pero lumabas si Tolentino trying to create some space.
Let's turn you over first to our court side, Daphne.
It's all about handling the ball better and resolving that Gensan scoring drought towards the end of the second quarter. Yun nga naging paalala ng coaching staff of the Warriors. They highlighted those turnovers, stopping the pace of the game. And kahit yung second stringers medyo nag-aalinlangan in terms of getting those shots. On the other side, for Quezon City, Coach JV said that this needs to be a brand new beginning dito sa kanilang second half. They know that they can, so that confidence from the training should be distributed or executed here in this final 2 quarters. Balik sa inyo.
All right, thank you, Daphne. Coach, obviously, the game plan of Coach JV is working better than the adjustment of Coach Elvis on that halftime break.
Oo, tsaka ano, I always love it when coaches say the right things to their players. And panibagong simula, yun ang message really ni Coach JB Olias sa mga players niya. Samantalang sa kabilang side, Coach Elvis saying, we gotta make our shots. And which is exactly what happened, why they're getting outscored in the third quarter.
Now there is struggles and frustrations. There is an extension of an arm coming from Kyle Tolentino.
Yeah, iba yung kapit.
There, that's extension of the left forearm hitting a Quezon City player. But Coach Elvis and Kyle saying that it's a flop. Of course, nobody will ever say
Oh, yes.
it's not a flop.
Oh, yes.
It is a clear charge. Nothing more than basketball. No flagrant fouls.
At ito yung pinag-uusapan niyo ni Coach Christian.
Yes.
Ano? Walang player na aamin. Ika nga.
Hindi ko alam kay Coach Christian, pero coach ako nung player ako, maamin ako lagi.
Ganun. It's on, not on him, it's on me. Oh my God. Alam mo, ito yung kwentuhan nyo na napunta na doon sa Bob Cousy.
Yes, that's right, that's right. Di Coach, actually, lahat ng pregame kasi frustrated lang si Coach Christian sa Lakers nung larong yun. So, pag may magandang na depensa, nababalik niya sa Lakers. Shout out Coach Christian, I'm sure he's watching. Derigi on the post. Oh, this good hands coming from Anton. That's a travel on the inside.
Tsaka hardcore Lakers fan
Yes.
si Coach Christian.
Pretty much, Coach, pretty much.
I remember from last season that there was something about a game that the Lakers lost, and we were, exchanging yung mga jokes ba about the loss. And Coach Christian, from the GC, comes out of nowhere and says, "Coach, gusto mo one-on-one na lang." And it was silence all over that GC. Nobody's gonna get you one-on-one.
Coach Christian, medyo lugi naman tayo pag ikaw ang kalaban.
Oo nga naman.
Shout out to you, Coach, if ever you are watching here. Back to the ball game. Oh, it's a fadeaway. That's a tough shot.
It was.
It's a tough shot.
But you love the confidence that he took it. Not second-guessing himself. I'm going to spin and take this.
The first 2 points of Ken Palaron. Benicio hands it off to Kyle. Green light all day. It's a miss. 42 all. Things are going the side of Quezon City.
Yeah.
The struggles continue for Gensan. Chance for Quezon City to get the lead. High screen. They go to Baguno. Baguno, it's a miss. Hesed gets the ball. Oh, a little too high on the pass. It's a turnover once again for Gensan.
And I'm sure Coach Elvis would tell his guys, we want to be quick, but not to the point of rushing.
We're going to be trying once again to see Josh Montanilla to try and get younger legs here.
Yeah.
MJ Hosson. Look at the turnovers. It's going to be turnover number 14 for Quezon City. Pero kung sumabol na yung Gensan, early on, Quezon City was making a lot of mistakes in the first quarter. But Gensan now also on the same number as well.
Yeah, better efficiency though here in the third para dito sa Black Bulls.
42 all, 2 minutes 55 here in the third quarter. Montanilla goes to the Stags. The drag to the Stags. It's a foul. It's 2 free throws for Hesed Gabo.
It's a handful for Karangian to take on Hesed Gabo. At one point, Hesed Gabo was the best point guard in the MPBL. And so with all that experience that Hesed has gained over the years, it is going to take a lot of effort and a lot of IQ to try and take away options for a Hesed Gabo.
Hesed Gabo, 9 points and 3 assists here in today's ball game. Not the usual scorer para dito sa Gensan, but today above his averages with 9.
Yeah.
Second free throw for Hesed. It's a make for Hesed. Gensan up 2. But the struggles continue here. Going back is Ryan Costello.
Well, these two have battled it out from last season, huh? Hesed and Ryan.
Hands it off to Buena.
Nice
what
pass.
A drop pass. Ooh, just too short. Couldn't get a handle, Clark. The ball is still with QC. Ryan, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Short again. Rebounded by Hesed. It's a foul. That's going to mean free throws para kay Hesed Gabo. Coach, that could have been a highlight. That was a beauty on the no-look pass.
That's right. And he was right there. But Yun ang nagagawa ng depensa ng Gensan Warriors. Eh. Alam mo, kahit libre ka, may parating. So you have to quickly get to that shot.
Medyo dumulas sa kamay. I think there was a little hesitation, Coach,
Oo.
on the shot up. Kitang-kita yung paghihinayang ng mga players ng Quezon City.
Yes.
Oh, that's a miss on the first free throw of Hesed.
And on the floor, we have 3 former Rice Vanguards. Hesed Gabo, Ryan Costello, and Clark Derrigue. All those 3 guys played for Nueva Ecija at one point in their career.
Nueva Ecija end the season, so they were able to look for other teams here. Good to see that they will be wearing other colors. Up 3 is Gensan here in the third quarter. Manny paid the digital wallet deal for the community. Go back to Loria. We'll be looking once again to Buena. A little space.
Yeah.
No problem. Pat Buena gets his second 3 of the ballgame.
Right. Those are actually a couple of options for a 3. That rise by Pat Buena and that guy that did that shuffle cut will go back for an elevator for another 3.
Adi Santos tried the short pass. Goes to Balak Cunha. In and out. Adi Santos. I like the action, Coach. He didn't play in their last game, but Adi Santos getting instant statistics here in this ball game.
Oo, ibang klase naman na naging effort dito ni Adi Santos. But that was that rise of that stagger for Pat Buena. Set up well. I mean, if he caught that ball right above the top of the key, that guy that did that shuffle cut down on the low block is going to come back to that elevator and be that second guy to take the 3.
Pat Buena, every time he is given a little space, he's always ready to take it and to make it. 8 points here in the game. Adi Santos on the other end, that is a 7th point of the game. Quality minutes, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals from the former Zamboanga player.
And Pat Buena can be a streaky shooter too. And so you have to be mindful of where he is. And I'm sure Josh Montanilla, abante na niya kaagad.
Ayun na, Coach, nakadikit na nga eh.
Oo.
Kakasimula pa lang, nakadikit na. 1 of 2 for Adi Santos. 1 point lead for Gensan. Malaron gives it in the middle. That's Costello once again. They're fully denying Buena that basketball, but he is open on the corner. Buena!
Oh my goodness.
Streak! Shooter he is. That's 2 straight for Pat.
2 out of 2 so far for Pat. Black Bulls have woken up here in the 3rd.
Coach Josh Fontanilla falls to the ground after a little push. Left open was Pat Buena, Coach. Look at this shot. Come here.
Yeah, and if you're Val, that's the best effort that you can do. Taking it and making it.
Even the fans could not believe how hard that shot was.
Pat Buena is a player that clearly separates the takers from the makers. He's just got that stroke and that hand of his that just lets it fly.
Coach, he has this aura that whenever he is on the court, there is a threat from the outside that you need to be able to locate on 24/7. Kaka-free throw pa lang si Fontanilla, nakadikit na parang linta dito kay Pat Buena.
He is my 3-point shooting Johnny Barrientos.
Oh yes, there you go, Coach.
That puts it in better perspective.
That is a new perspective of Johnny Barrientos. 48 all. We go back to the same action. Costello on the high end.
Same
They
play.
deny Buena. That gives a driving lane to Costello. Off the drop, Loria able to make.
And they made something out of that stagger, allowing those 2 bigs to come off, go to open spots.
That's the respect they have for Pat Buena eventually getting someone open. But on the other end, a lot of fouls on the side of QC.
Right. This is where, I guess you and I off air talked about this, that the Gensan Warriors are one big postman away from being a complete team. Not to say that, yung mga bigs nila is not good enough. I mean, for the most part, they're really used as hubs. They're really used as, screeners and rollers. But if your shots are not falling, you're gonna need that one post presence where you just dump it in there and let him do his thing on the post.
Well, let's see if Rene Pacquiao might be the answer just for today's ball game. He'll be trooping back in after this free throw. Coach Elvis trying to look for the right pieces. Here's the third quarter. Santos goes 2 for 2. We were expecting a tough matchup, Coach. We are at 50 all.
Gotta win by 7 though if you're Quezon City.
Something that they want to be able to attack on. Costello now. Oh, goes back door. Foul called on Eloy Tan.
A little Princeton action right there. We get what looks like a chin screen or a back pick for a guard that's going downhill.
And Ryan Costello, Coach, can score off the ball, can score with the ball.
Yeah.
Has been showing a lot of different options to get some baskets. Coach, we missed this.
Oh, yes.
Talking about Ryan Costello getting these types of shots. Remember in passing, Coach, him in the Manalang, the 1-2 punch every game.
And when you talk about, you know, a coach needing a point guard that's very similar to his profile, I think Coach JV Oleo's got that in Ryan Costello.
The other end, Montanilla short. Get a good angle of that shot. Bola sa Quezon City. We're going for the last shot. Coach JV signaling last shot. Goes to the post. Ben pressured by Addy. Spins baseline. Gets the foul. Almost a basket and one.
Yeah. They quickly go to a high triangle on this left side of the floor. They went to those speed cuts, but that third cutter, which happens to be the weak side post, was supposed to rise over to the nail to be that pressure release. I thought the guy was late, you know, getting to the nail, and so, you know, they had to make something out of it.
Which I think it's Ryan Costello still not yet comfortable, obviously, because di nakita sa camera, pero tinuturuan pa ni Coach JV kung saan may pwesto. So might have been only training for just a few days, but obviously he is providing a lot of numbers. On the other end, Rene goes cross. 1 foot shot, it's a miss. And just like that, Coach, will be going to the fourth quarter with Quezon City with a lead. Here the game.
Well, a very good recovery and a resounding answer for them. As you see right here, Ryan Costello paving the way, leadership and all, 13 points and a 4 of 6 shooting with a 4 assists, really helping out this third quarter cause for JV Olea and Quezon City Black Bulls. The threes have fallen, 2 for Pat Buena. He's 3 out of 5 from 3, a couple of rebounds as well to go with his 11 points, but more efficient and better basketball by the Black Bulls here in the third.
$53-50 now in favor of Quezon City. Coach, the scoring in the third quarter, 25-11 plus 14 for Quezon City.
Oh, ang laki ng bawi nila dun sa deficit na na-build in the first quarter. Down 11 in the first quarter, equaled the output in the second, and did so much better in the third.
Slowly but surely, Quezon City able to find answers for Gensan, a veteran-laden
Mismatch
Gensan
right here.
Warriors. Costello for the 3, in and out. Battle for the loose ball, goes to Fontanilla. Plays with a basketball, that's all skill. Santos goes down low, miscommunication with Rene Pacquiao.
When you look at the Quezon City Black Bulls, They are not playing in the smoothest of anything. They are just scrappy.
That's right, Coach. I like that word, Coach. Scrappy. Kasi, Coach, ganun na ganun sila makakuha ng kanilang kalamangan here in this game.
Same action right here. That third, there you go. Boy, I'd love for him to take that shot.
Even Loria not able to take that shot. Buena, well defended by Adi. Quick hands by Rene Pacquiao. Numbers for Gensan. Fontanilla all alone. Good screen coming from Adi.
Too easy. That was a crucial point swing para dito sa Quezon City. Loria had a shot, didn't take it.
Still up one is Quezon City. Loria far off for the three. Too far. Costello goes back to Loria.
Yeah, one more.
Buena.
There you go.
No space. It's too long for Pat. Rebounded by Josh. It's gonna be a push from Non.
Again, ito yung first two possessions natin. It's the very similar things that we've seen in the first quarter. Quality of shots for the Quezon City Black Wolves. They are getting their attempts, but you feel the hesitation on these guys.
It's gonna be a break here. I think it's the scoreboard they will be fixing right here up top. So we'll be back. Just a lull in the action. They fixed some technical issues here with our scoreboard, but we are back. 53-52 still in favor of QC with 8 minutes and 27 left in play. Fontanilla puts the ball on the floor. Might have traveled, but will still end in a turnover. Good defense by QC.
Yeah, masyado mababa yung pasa na yon. I'm sure hindi yun papasa sa sa taste ni Coach Warren Kapitan ng Batangas na nanonood ngayon. Coach Warren, always forever scouting yung mga teams dito sa MPBL.
Shout out Coach Warren. This is their bracket, Coach, so
Yeah.
I'm sure they are really watching each and every detail, and it could cross at any point sino man dito sa dalawang teams.
This preseason is lalo na kung ang makakalusot dito itong Quezon City Black Bulls naisahan nila yung
That's right.
Batangas.
Boston gives it to Buena. Guru Erod. Buena. Ooh, that's a pass. That's good. That's short for Pat. Ooh. Oh, yes, he could get that basketball. Eusebio on the corner.
Oh,
Gets the three. It's a big shot coming from Antonio Eusebio.
Anton Eusebio has scored for the Gensan Warriors, but he's taken very few dribbles. You can literally count it. My last count is, I think, just 6 dribbles.
The efficiency of Antonio Eusebio, Coach, just 2 dribbles right there. Gets a pass. Rene Pacquiao and able to get a foul there.
And that's the most dribbles that he's had so far
Coach,
in a very
efficiency.
long time.
Very efficient player in Antonio Sebio. Coach, this is one part of his game I was not able to see from UP all the way to Benilde. But he is now given that opportunity by Coach Elvis Tolentino.
And I would like to think Coach Elvis and Coach Boying Deloy, you know, they're pretty much into this points per possession thing about stats, because they understand that's the fastest way to get points quickly, that corner three.
Rene Pacquiao gets the second. Extreme ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Returning to the game is Ryan Costello. Costello in the ballgame, 13 points and 4 assists in only 15 minutes of play. Coach, obviously, he is still not used to a lot of actions.
Yeah.
But Coach, he is providing a lot of numbers para sa QC.
That's right.
Oh, offensive rebound, but Eusebio flies up high. He was pushed.
We're gonna look at this.
Oh, Gensan is asking for a review here. They
They
saw something that should have not happened. Parang tinamaan daw coach sa
Right.
likod ng ulo.
And there was an official right in front of me, so I didn't see it. But what they're saying is that there was a swing.
There is a
Rebound
review
by
here.
Anton.
Oh, it's a slap on the back. I don't see anything,
Oh, yeah,
ano,
yeah.
coach. I don't
Yeah.
see anything extra than basketball.
Yeah.
Talagang gumalaw lang pababa.
Not
So
so
si
much.
Anton Eusebio. So I
Yep.
think that's going to be a regular foul. That's a good call, but I don't see anything extra
Yeah.
on that motion.
Yeah, that definitely didn't look like anything was excessive. And talagang nagkataon lang na nandun yung position ng bola malapit sa ulo. But it didn't look that excessive.
No,
wala
coach, di naman.
naman. It was really just trying to get a slap on the ball.
Personally, I think it's only a personal foul on
Yep.
Ryan Costello. Coach, a few guys not playing for Gensan. Haven't seen Larry Rodriguez hit the floor. Mark Cruz is not here after scoring 2 double-digit games. So obviously they're not in full force here
Yeah.
today's game.
All right.
Watch it again, coach, from another angle. Yan, parang may langaw lang sa
Yung kay
likod.
Ryan, yung sa likod.
Yes, coach.
Yung sa
Yes.
likod, yung kay
I don't see
Ryan.
anything extra.
Yeah, parang ganito lang yung props na yan. Yeah?
Yes, itong kailangan ni
About
Ryan
the last
Costello.
foul on
Hindi ko
Ryan
pinili yung
Costello.
merong parang may kuryente.
Unsportsmanlike foul
Actually, coach, good point, no?
or excessive hard
Maybe natin-
contact.
Oh, there is a unsportsmanlike
Okay.
foul called on Ryan Costello.
Yeah, I didn't see that part of Ryan Costello. I saw the other guy. Was that Rene Pacquiao, I think.
Now, personally, coach, I didn't see anything so much coming from Ryan, but the referee saw it differently.
Yeah.
But obviously, hindi naman sinasadya. Nagsorry si Ryan both on the coaching staff and on Antonio Sebio.
But one thing's for sure, though, as we have Antonio Sebio shoot to the line, is that the emergence of Ryan Costello for the Quezon City Black Bulls has helped them, stabilize things. No, that crucial third quarter run, na siya yung nagsimula, tinimon niya, he led by example, and started with a lot of scrappy plays to which sinundan itong mga players ng Quezon City.
Costello will not only provide a lot of numbers, but the leadership, coach, and the impact inside. Yun yung nakakatakot talaga for the future of QC. Again, coach, we saw him not get comfortable with the offense, but we know what he's capable of.
Yeah, yung mga non-stats.
Down by 6, though. Gonna go to Antonio Sebio. One dribble behind the back. And that's gonna be a shot clock violation. They're trying to create for Rene Pacquiao on the inside.
Yeah. They went to a very risky attempt to try and steal the ball away from Antonio Sebio.
Ball is tapped. Still on the side of QC. LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
And this full court press is really to slow down and take away anything that the Quezon City Black Bulls would want to execute quickly early in the shot clock. Good steal.
Quick hand by Nigel Santos. Oh, met
my
up top
goodness.
by MJ Hosson. Oh my! What a block by MJ! Unbelievable! We are speechless from that block. Ball on the other side. One step in. Jake Agoncillo cutting the lead to 4. We have to see that block once again. Montanilla now with the ball. Drag screen for Josh. No options. They go to Nigel. Josh one-on-one. Gets the step through. And able to fish for the foul. I think this is going to be on Aaron Magunu. Coach, let's watch this again. Nigel, step in. Flies high and MJ with a block. We knew that he could fly. We just didn't know how high. MJ with a beautiful chase down block.
Tsaka sabay yung lundag eh, no?
That's right,
They
Coach.
took off at the same time. My gulay.
If you're not used to MJ, usually, Coach, LJ kasi ang nag-chase down. Eh.
Oo
Ngayon,
nga,
MJ.
MJ.
Ang chase down block.
Bang klase.
Fontanilla missing on the first free throw. They're still up by 4 here. Coach, he's getting more minutes in today's ballgame to Josh Fontanilla.
Yeah, and rightfully so. You know, you like these minutes that he's getting, especially as you try and put him on the defensive end.
Agoncillo blocked right in front by Eusebio. Oh! It's been a block party here in the 4th quarter. One from MJ Hoson now. Anton Eusebio on the other end.
And how quickly he got out in the open.
Watch this once again, Coach.
Blocked that shot, took that ball, went the other way, went up against 2, make that 3 green shirts.
Coach, to your point, only 1 dribble needed by Anton Eusebio for him to get that foul up top. Efficient, gumalaw itong si Anton Eusebio.
Yeah.
11 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. One
And
again for Anton.
You forgot one very important stat. 5 blocks.
He has 5 blocks, Coach? I have not seen. He has 5 blocks.
That's his 5th block of the game.
I did not see that statistic. Okay.
You see how difficult it is to be going up against him?
Okay, from the inside, from the outside, you just cannot shoot against Antonio Eusebio. Getting that block, eventually the foul, eventually 2 free throws, extending the lead to 6. Anton Eusebio in this ball game once again making an impact. 11 points, 11 rebounds, 5 blocks according to Coach Mike. And once again, Coach, the impact he is giving today's game. MoneyPay, the digital wallet built for the community.
And he's only played 23 minutes. So there was a good almost full quarter na hindi siya naglaro.
23 minutes, Coach. This is only his 2nd week back para dito sa Gensan. Yet he is already looking like he is comfortable. Talk about comfortable. Aaron Magunu with that fader. Only a 4-point lead para dito sa Gensan.
Yeah, early action again.
On the drop. It's too long.
Lakas.
Looking for that assist.
Yeah, medyo kulang yung cut ni Adi Santos. He would have been one more step to that right side of that floor as he tries to curl under of that middle drive by Antonio Eusebio.
So trying to get a feel of each other is Antonio Eusebio and Adi Santos.
Yeah.
61 to 57. 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Just a 2-possession game. Scoring in this quarter, only 4 points for QC
There you
after
go.
that red-hot third quarter. Oh, elevator not successful. Someone will be called for a foul.
Yeah, and they try to put itong si Pat Buena on the weak side post, coming from the weak side corner. And once that flare happens of that speed cut, saka pa lang lalabas yung si Pat Buena.
61 to 57, still in favor of Gensan. Defensive fourth quarter we are watching. Marwin. Hands it off. So much space for Kyle. Coach, we know that he will take that.
Yeah.
Just could not make it. Ball saved by Buena. This is the double scoring guard.
He's gotta take it.
Para sa QC. Buena wide open. Straight line. Just a little too long.
Yeah, he's gotta take it. There's no other way.
Nabo now puts the ball on the floor. Gives it up to Marwin. Gonna go post.
Post split action here. Cut replace.
Nabo. Two-man game with Marwin. Gives it to Marwin. On the stretch. No make. Rebounded by Ryan. 4 versus 2. Buena. Step
Oh.
through. Still short.
Wala.
Kyle. 3 versus 3. Decides to slow things down. No need to panic. They want to execute. Hesed with 14 on the shot clock. Slow execution. Hesed just wants the high screen. There's a switch. Hesed for the 3. Long shot. Rebounded by Yadi. Still short. No basket from the last 1 minute and a half.
Gotta locate Pat Buena now.
Costello. 17 on the shot clock. Looks
Nice
for the
pass.
backdoor cutter. That's a foul and a bucket. Ken Palaroan cuts the lead to 2 with 3:34.
And Ryan Costello brought out the scopes. Had Anton, saw that backdoor and a good finish. And that really happened only because Ryan Costello's got that vision of that backdoor cut.
Ryan Costello. That's maybe the 5th assist on Ryan Costello, but that's a sorry free throw miss coming from Ken. It's only a 1-possession lead with 3:30 left. They go back to the same action. They go to Kyle. They reverse things. Denied on the handoff. They go post to Kyle. Fade away from Tolentino.
Yeah.
Easy basket for Kyle.
Well, one action on one end. If they don't have it, they're gonna do a ball reversal. And once that ball is reversed, that big man is gonna show on the elbow side, and he's gonna get that pass. He's free.
Buena, that is the big, that is a killer for Pat Buena. Too easy, too much space. Pat Buena with the take and the make.
Yeah, another close ball game. But this is not how close the Quezon City Black Bulls would need this. They're gonna need to win by 7 if they want to advance.
Other side of the court, Tolentino, too long. Opportunity for QC to take the lead.
Head down quick.
Costello gets a foul, an opportunity for Quezon City to get the lead here. Coach, what a game by
Yeah.
Ryan. But as you were saying, Coach, Quezon City needs to win by 7. Let's watch this first. Buena gets the fake. Fly by, too easy for Pat Buena.
And if you're gonna create a highlight reel of Pat Buena, I'm sure there will be 3 or 4 fly-by defenders on a 3 attempt that you will see. We saw that in Batangas. I do believe we saw that in their last game against Mindoro, and now we've seen one here against the Gensan Warriors. And Ryan Costello had the right thing. He wanted to put the ball on the floor while Pat Buena holds that corner 3 because he knows Hesed Gabo is not gonna help off of him.
13 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists for the veteran in Ryan Costello. A great 1-2 punch alongside Pat Buena.
They are 1 out of 7 from 3 itong Black Bulls, and that lone 3 that they made in this 4th quarter, courtesy of Pat Buena.
Costello on the other end, 2 for 2, gets the lead for QC. Gensan on the other end. Quick attack by Fontanilla.
Yeah.
Gets the whistle and the basket. In just 4 seconds into the shot clock, Coach, a quick basket coming from Gensan.
Oh, just as quickly. You know, that run down that lane on the floor, that post remains to be open. And if you're a guard, you're always taught to attack an open space. Josh Fontanilla, quick to make that decision.
A big basket coming from Josh Fontanilla. And able to make the free throw as well. Back to a 2-point lead para dito sa Gensan. Two and 21 remaining. We were expecting a close ball game, and here it is once again.
There's that
Quezon City battling around against Gensan, but that's a turnover. Too long on the pass.
Yeah, they were trying to get to that pressure release.
Fontanilla, he likes this open game. No whistle was called. Ball on the side of the green. Costello behind the back. Pressured by Fontanilla. Gets the screen. An obvious
that's
foul
offense.
of Clark.
Yeah, he was moving. That's why he got called.
I see a connection right there coming from Ryan Costello
Oh.
and Clark Dirige.
You have to allow that defense to see you. You wait for that offense to hit, or the defense to hit you before you even move.
Mama on that hip. So chance for Gensan to extend this to a 2-possession ball game. Nigel off to the left. Rebounded by Adi. No fresh shot clock. 12 remaining. The ball uses Eusebio. No foul called. Play will continue. Ryan puts the ball on the floor. They go to Joben. Off the fake, able to fish. 2 free throws for Loria.
Again, they continue to be scrappy here. Itong Quezon City. Gensan by 2. Minute and a half remaining. The Black Bulls needing to win by 7 to at least, you know, get that advantage for the number 3 spot.
Coach, is the first time I will be seeing this 3-guard rotation in Costello, Buena, and Joson all on the court together.
Right. And they're gonna put in another one here.
Loria, 1 of 2. Sorry, miss for Joben. Again, let's remind everybody, for Quezon City to move forward in the top 3, they need to win by 7 points.
Switch, yeah. That was too easy. They had Pat Buena switch over to Adi Santos, and that to me is a no-brainer. If you're Adi Santos, you know, just get down the middle of the lane and ask for the ball. Because there's no way, unless some help from the low side rotates over to you.
Adi Santos in today's ball game, 11 points and 7 rebounds. A lot coming from him sealing down low, Coach, especially in the first quarter.
But for me, regardless the outcome of this game, with those 4 games that Coach JV Olea, the way that he's coached his team, I mean, trailing by 11 started the first quarter and then coming back real quick in the third and making this a close game just speaks highly of, you know, the influence and the leadership of a Coach JV Olea.
We are very excited for what is to come para dito, Coach, sa Quezon City. Let's remind everybody, this might be a little bit competitive. Physicality is high, but we are in the preseason.
That's right.
Coach, we were promised exhibition games, Coach. These are not exhibition games,
Yeah.
Coach.
That's a myth.
Let's go to Coach Elvis.
Honest defense, tapat-tapat lang tayo. Isa pa. Pero pahirapan natin. Mag-usap kayo ha. Hey, abang kayo.
Robin, Aaron, okay? Takbuhin mo to ha. Ah, sorry. Dito ka na lang, Pat, sa kabilang side. MJ, sorry, Aaron. Joven, okay? Takbuhin mo to. Okay, labas. Kunwari, tatanggap ka ng bola. Sarado ha. Aaron, screen. Lampas tayo kay MJ. Eto si Pat ha. Andito si Pat ha. Tignan mo. Pero ang gusto kong mangyari, tamaan mo, Aaron. Hit natin, lap natin kay MJ. Pag wala yan, Joven screen dito kay Aaron. Aaron, go hard na tayo dyan. Pangalawang option. Pero kay Pat, nasa corner. Huwag mo na gagalaw. Oh, ito mo.
Coach, once again, a lot of options. We did see Good out of timeout plays coming from Coach JV in their last game. Just could not get that last shot. Let's see what they have here. 68 to 65. This is a one possession lead with only
Back pick.
118.
Oh, didn't have it.
Good read, double back pick. Not there, but they still have possession. Costello goes to MJ. Wants to go with a two-man game. Rejects the screen, drives hard. Costello, extra pass. Corner three, too long. Loria. Oh, is it a shot clock violation or a foul first?
Yeah, that's what that I think they got to look at. But boy, I thought Ryan Costello didn't want to take that risk of that lob, and rightfully so, because that's going to be a quick turnover. And so he had to go the safe route just to bring the ball in on the floor.
Coach, you have to be honest, that was a beautiful execution. Just could not get the basket. Let's watch this once again. Rejects the screen, kicks it out to Ryan. Extra pass, open on the three. Coach, tignan natin kung foul first. I think it's a foul.
Yeah, it's the foul first, right?
It's a foul before the shot clock violation.
I gotta admire the play of Pat Buena in that instance. A lot of times right now, in the way the basketball is played, you always use your best shooter as the screener. At that time, Pat Buena was thinking real quick. Used his man, put it on the elbow side to try and screen for that earlier drive. Boy, this guy is not just a shooter. He's got a really good basketball IQ.
One of the reasons why he's getting a lot of minutes, Pat Buena. A beautiful story to tell come our main season. Was discovered late in barangay leagues. Not a big name, but in Quezon City, well respected.
Yeah.
And that's why we have the MPBL coach to give opportunity for these kinds of players. And this will mean 2 free throws for Joben Loria.
The threes have been the struggle here in the
Foul
fourth
number
quarter for
35,
Quezon
Vincent
City.
Gaboy second.
Black Bulls. They're 1 out
That
of
is a
9
14 foul for
from
Quezon
beyond.
Warriors.
And they're 2 out of 5 inside the paint.
Free throws for Quezon City. They are 13 out of 16. They're 81%. But nothing more important than these ones right here with 1 minute and 5. Quezon City needs to win by 7 for them to head on forward to the next round. But that will hurt. It's going to be a miss for Joben on the first one.
So there's 2 objectives now. Well, I think the objective really is to get to 7 points.
Let's see if he can make the second one. Joben was 1 of 2. It's only a 2-point lead. A lot of basketball still.
Yeah, both teams in penalty right now. So you won't be surprised if there will be fouls given.
A very important possession right here, Coach, para kay Coach Elvis.
Yep. And for both teams, really, the 3 points have been a struggle here in the fourth. 1 of 9 for Quezon City and 1 of 6 for the Gensan Warriors.
Go to Coach Elvis.
Pag dito pinasa yung bola, kailangan bigyan nyo, puntahan nyo to, bigyan nyo to ng backseat. Pagka lumaban yan dito, ito tumakbo na kayo mabilis, ha? Kung mabilis. Tapos pwedeng kunin, ha? Pagka pumalagyan na gano'n, kunin mo lang ng disiplin.
Robin, Aaron, pag may screen switch all, non dito ka na. Pat tsaka MJ. Switch all ha, switch all.
Kailangan mo box out, box
Hindi. Area, hindi. Kita muna tapos na yung basta mataas yung wing. Sige.
Offensive, defensive tactics coming from both coaches. It's been a chess match the whole ball game, but this will be a very important possession for Gensan. They go to Addy. All of a sudden, Quezon City in a zone. Surprise defensive tactic. They go out. Fontanilla off the swing. Nigel on the corner. Too short. It's gonna be a push coming from Joben Loria. That's gonna mean 2 free throws para kay Eusebio.
Boy, securing defensive rebounds is how you close out yung mga depensa. And that time, they were not successful in doing that. And are they going to review this?
Let's watch this again, coach. Short on the three is Nigel Gonzalez. There is a pull down coming from Joben on Antonio Sebio.
There was even a hand by Pat Buena on that arm by Antonio Sebio.
Foul could have been called on either one.
Yeah.
Big free throws coming for Antonio Sebio. One free throw will still put it at one possession. And two free throws will extend it to a two-possession ball game.
But they still got a shot at, stealing this one from the Gensan Warriors. But to get to 7, that's the tough part. He makes a free throw, though. Mixed Day's a 4-point game.
Coach, if you're Quezon City, do you just want to get the win, or do you want to be able to tie it, maybe get into overtime and get that 7-point win?
That's right. That's exactly the mindset right now. Extend this game and see if you can get 7 points advantage come the extension.
Sebio, calm and cool, gets 2 out of 2, a two-possession ball game with 48 seconds remaining at play. They go to MJ.
Using too much time.
They're a little too slow here. MJ looking for Ryan. No. They try to go high ball screen with Joben. MJ goes to Costello. On the drive, floater from Ryan. Ooh, goes in and out. Rebounded by Josh Fontanilla. Quality minutes being brought in by Josh.
Excellent play, though, by Quezon City on that last end.
Gabo. Drive. Goes to Josh. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Anton swings it over. Nigel for the 3. Short.
Oh, my.
MJ once again, coach. Buena puts the ball on the floor. Goes to Joben for the layup. And that is too long for Joben. And that is the ball game, coach. 70-66 in favor of the Warriors.
Another close one. Lost by Quezon City. I thought they had a really good set going down previous to this rally, where they had a hammer screen for Pat Buena for a 3 and a wide pin down for Ryan Costello, rising for another 3 attempt. But it is what it is. Gensan Warriors edging the Quezon City Black Bulls.
A lot of opportunities for Quezon City, but Gensan will hold on for their victory here. A tough win para dito sa Gensan. But coach, there's one guy for the 3rd straight time here in the MPBL preseason. Antonio Sebio gets his player of the game honors.
Oh yeah, well, the way that he played very comfortable, but he played with a lot of force as well, and learning when to get himself involved in actions and when to defer to his teammates.
Well, with Antonio Sebio, coach, another game that he provided a lot of minutes, a lot of production with limited minutes. So we are very excited for what he can bring to the table. Antonio Sebio once again with our player of the game honors here in this game. And with Antonio Sebio right now is Daphne Cristobal.
Thank you so much, Juanids and Coach Mike. Anton, congratulations. 3 consecutive times that you are our best player of the game. But aside from these, actually back-to-back double-double showing for Gensan Warriors. What can you say about this?
Wow. I mean, I didn't expect to get another double-double here today. Prior to the game, I told you, just doing my job with the rebounds and just the defense. So
You actually scored 75% from the field right now. Almost a perfect run for you, but I think there's one missing task for you. You have no stats in terms of your dunk.
Well, Quezon City, they're a very physical and run and gun team, so I don't know. I didn't get my chance today, so hopefully next game.
Okay, hopefully we'll see more of that. Is there anyone you would like to thank? Anyone you would like to greet? Go ahead.
Yeah, our sponsor, our Armoron, and our bosses for their support for us, and my family back home in Canada, my mom, my dad, Kuya Mickey and Kalia, and then my younger brother Inigo, my Pasay family, and my Pampanga family.
Thank you so much once again for being our third consecutive best player of the game. Bonits, Coach Mike.
Eusebio getting his third straight player of the game honors. But we are not done here in the MPBL. We have our main game here at Alonte Sports Center. Bataan Risers versus Binyan Mega Wagi. Magbabalik po ang MPBL.